What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I will be doing a technical analysis breakdown for NIO with the ticker symbol NIO. I will first be going over what I see on the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. So it looks like NIO had reported earnings this week, Tuesday, and you can see that they did miss earnings and revenue, but just not by much. And you can see the price did gap down lower. I was expecting price to gap up higher, actually, push up higher because it was a little overextended and we were finding support. But just because I was expecting higher prices doesn't mean I was going to expect continuation to the upside. I was still expecting more downside. So it looks like price did gap down lower, opened at the $10, 30 cents level or the 29 cents level, traded down all the way to the 946, and then, rallied up higher because it was getting super overextended from the EMAs. So it looks like price still has a capability to continue higher because it looks like this mid $10 level is acting as some support because we're still kind of above it. And, for the most part, we're kind of just trading within this little green range. So honestly, NIO really isn't going in any particular direction. That really isn't a common or a popular answer for most people. They want to know if we're going to go up or down. I mean, a lot of times the market just goes sideways, so it doesn't always go up or down. And you can clearly see that since Friday, August 18th, we've been going sideways inside of this green range. Let me go and zoom in. So you can see how, NIO has been practically just going sideways. Obviously, there are trends within this little green range, but this is basically just going sideways. However, since we just saw a massive dump and a good rally, I mean, price could continue to pull back higher, maybe to the EMA at the mid $11 level. So we'll have to wait and see. But most likely, I mean, if NIO started to trade sideways, is a good chance it will continue to trade sideways. That's just how the market is, especially if it's at a indecision area like this mid $10 level is in the middle of the range, and that's where it can get choppy and not sure, and the market is not sure where it wants to go. At the highs and the lows, it's pretty sure where it wants to go because if we hit the highs, we can go up to the if we hit the lows, we can go up to the highs, and if we hit the highs, we go down to the lows. If we're in the middle of a range, it's not as sure. But I'm expecting higher prices because we had a huge dump lower. We're still overextended. We're still finding support, so there's a good chance to see more upside. But again, nothing is really telling me where it really wants to go just yet. For example, if I see a weak pullback, that would signal to me that we're probably going to see another impulse down. If we see a strong rally up or a strong pullback breaking above the $13 level, then there's a good chance that the bulls took control of the market and we're not going to be seeing more downside. And so it all depends on what we see over here, because we saw a nice uptrend, this move up right here. So I can put an arrow for that. So we did see a nice uptrend. So all of this is an uptrend all the way from May or June 1st all the way till Friday, August 4th. This is all an uptrend. Then we saw a big downtrend from early August to about now, mid to late August. So we have an uptrend and a downtrend. So who is stronger in the market? Who is going to have more influence? So that's what we're trying to find out. Is it going to be the bulls continue to rally the price higher, or is it going to be the bears continue to drop down the price? So what is this telling me right now? It's telling me that the market is undecided. It's not really doing anything. It's not really going up or down. Obviously, we're seeing some more downside, but then price rallies up back above the mid $10 level. So it's just staying stationary right over here for the past, several days. So it's not really telling me who is in charge of the market right now. So, like I said before, if we see a small pullback, like, kind of like this, then that tells me that the bulls are really not that strong because they can barely push up the market, and then the bears might come in and drop down the price. But if we see, the price rally higher, then, that signals to me that the bears aren't that strong and we can see continuation upside. So whenever the market sees, a huge dump, a lot of times it's just going to take a break or relax, let the market catch up. So right over here is, indecisive. It's undetermined what NIO really is trying to do. So until we see more price action develop, I can't really say for sure where we're going to go, but it's probably more likely we go up than down because we are at support and we're a little bit far away from the EMA, which price likes to pull back to. So I'll be looking for maybe the high 10s, mid 11s. But if more than anything, we might just continue to trade sideways. I know that's not a popular opinion, but sometimes the market doesn't always go up or down. So it's basically just going sideways for now, and there's a good chance it could continue to trade sideways. So that's all I have for NIO for this Wednesday. I mean, I'm giving you guys an update 2 times on NIO. So either way, we'll have probably more information by Monday on what it's really trying to do. So here's the weekly chart. And you can see that NIO, obviously had a very large downtrend after a very large uptrend. And then price crashed lower, right back to near the starting point of the uptrend, which is very common. We're outside of this trend line, which is a very good sign for the bulls, meaning, we're probably in a bottoming area more than any other time in the past. Because think about it. Let's just say you bought over here thinking that was the bottom and price continued to drop down lower. And then you saw this double bottom thinking, oh, maybe we have bottom. But then look at this trend line's in the way, not allowing price to get through it. And then, it goes lower and lower. And then finally, we're outside of the trend line. So there isn't really a very strong resistance that can stop price from going up higher as of right now. So that's what I mean by, it's a good sign that NIO is no longer in that downward trend line. So it's telling me that the bulls are, showing momentum to the upside because they clearly broke the trend line. And we have some type of support at the $7 level. So, there's a good chance that NIO is bottoming out over here. I can't say for sure where or when, but it looks like, maybe soon. If I zoom in a little bit more, you can see that we did have a nice uptrend in the past. And this is still uptrend territory, meaning like we only retraced about 50%. Let me go and look at the fib retracement to show you guys the actual pullback. So actually we did drop pretty low. We did surpass the 618, but we closed above it. So again, this is still a pullback territory, and we can probably still see another leg up higher depending on if this rally is going to be strong or not. So I'm not going to say we're going to go up until we see it. As right now, it's indecisive, undecided on what the market is trying to do. But either way, if we're still within the yellow range, this yellow channel, then, price can always still go up higher, get rejected, go down lower, find support. So it can always do this. It probably won't be that perfect looking, but that's what can occur if we're still in the yellow range. If you want to be really bullish, you want NIO to break out of this yellow range, maybe pull back and find support, not do a failed breakout like this one back here. And then, we can continue higher. So there's a lot of things. There's a lot of, you basically have to wait for a long time, several months to see something, a bullish structure form. So right now, not really clear where NIO wants to go. I'm expecting higher prices in the short term, but that's not really, saying that we're going to go higher for the long term. It's just in the short term. So that's all I have for NIO on the daily and weekly charts. We'll have more data by Monday, and let's see if NIO can break free and determine where it wants to go. This is Vee Trades, and thank you for your time.